Welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. Today, before I go on to the South Africa-New Zealand game, just talking about what happened really on the third day's play here in Dunedin at the University Oval, I would first like to start off with some very interesting piece of news, but sad news as far as India is concerned. But also the man who has decided to say quits as far as Test cricket is concerned. His name is Rahul Dravid. The wall of Indian cricket has retired. The wall of Indian cricket announced his retirement yesterday in Bangalore, where he was showered with lots of praise. There's no doubt about that there would be more praise coming in for him. But the wall of Indian cricket, Rahul Dravid, has retired from Test cricket. Just looking at the statistics that Rahul Dravid had, as you know, he was nicknamed the wall because he was impregnable. His defense was impregnable. His technique was remarkable, and no bowler could really penetrate. And it's only, and you know, after what I saw him in Australia, where he was clean bowled a couple of times, not couple of times, almost 4 to 5 times in that series, I probably thought that Rahul Dravid, it's time for him to say goodbye to Test cricket, and that's what has really happened. But I wish him all the good luck coming his way in his entire life there, as Rahul Dravid says goodbye to Test cricket by actually playing 163 Test matches. He had 13,262 runs. He had 32 not outs in that. His average when he retired, and this is what is splendid, he is retiring with an average of 52.62. His centuries, he had 36 centuries in Test cricket. He had 63 50s. He had and his catches were something that was splendid. He had 21 catches. I think there is an error there. I wouldn't really get into that, but as far as the other statistics are concerned, it's absolutely correct. 52 is his average, and he has retired with 36 hundreds to his name and 63 50s to his credit. What a servant to Indian cricket. And as I said, the great wall, the world's wall, I would say, because he has really tamed all the world's pace bowlers. So I would say the world's wall of cricket, Rahul Dravid, has retired. Okay, now let's move on to the Test matches here between South Africa and New Zealand, where yesterday New Zealand resumed at their overnight 238, and it probably thought it was a mere formality because Chris Martin, as you know, he's synonymous with the duck, but Chris Martin stayed there. In fact, he made only 5 runs, but the person who provided wholesome entertainment and brief entertainment, I would say, was Trent Boult, who got stuck into one-on Philander, the best bowler from South Africa, and sent him for 3 sixes in an over, and all length balls were deposited with absolute power, I would say, and Trent Boult remained not out on 33 of 28 balls, 1 4 and 3 sixes, and all the 3 sixes hit of one-on Philander. Chris Martin was the man out to Dale Steyn for 5, 273 all-out New Zealand, taking a lead of 35 runs, which was quite useful. I won't go into the bowling figures here. Dale Steyn had 2 for 79, and as far as South Africa were concerned, they are sitting in a position of strength on the third day at the University Oval in Dunedin. 268 for 3 is their score. They started off in arrears of 35. Chris Martin and Trent Boult, the bowling was good, and they got an initial breakthrough. Alvaro Peterson, after making 25 runs of 35 balls, was out to Doug Bracewell, who was the pick of the bowlers today. In fact, he picked up all the 3 wickets to fall today. He had figures of 18 overs, 2 maidens, 53 runs and 3 wickets. He was bowling beautifully. He was getting the ball to go in. He was also getting the ball to come in. And today he bowled marvelously well. 18 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 53. Alvaro Peterson was the first victim, gone for 25. After that, Graeme Smith was joined by Hashim Amla. Hashim Amla didn't give the scorers more work today. He was just out for 2. As Hashim Amla got a ball which started off wide outside the off stump, and Hashim Amla tried to play at it. Martin Guptill took the catch, and he was gone for 2. So 47 for 2. New Zealand would have thought that, South Africa were a bit struggling there. No doubt about that. But everything changed in a trice as Graeme Smith picked up his 24th Test century, involved in the 200-run partnership, exactly 200-run partnership. Graeme Smith's contribution of 115 with 13 boundaries, his 24th Test century. But Jacques Kallis became the second player in Test cricket. In fact, he surpassed Ricky Ponting as the second best centuries in Test cricket after Sachin Tendulkar, as Jacques Kallis he was still there batting on 107, his 42nd Test century, surpassing Ricky Ponting's 41st Test century, and the person ahead of him is only Sachin Tendulkar of India, who has 51 Test centuries. So Jacques Kallis is still there, guarding his fort on 107 with 15 fours. Jacques Rudolph is giving him company on 13 with 2 fours, but Graeme Smith's knock was superb. In fact, New Zealand bowlers stuck to a very good plan here. What they did is they knew that Graeme Smith was strong on the onside. They started plugging in the gaps. They never allowed him to score runs on the onside, and in fact frustrated Graeme Smith by bowling outside the off stump. Ross Taylor had a 3 slips field over there, and he tried to work Smith up, but Smith was very equal to the task. He stayed there. He managed to hit some good on drives. As you know, onside play is his forte there, and Graeme Smith cut well. He also got runs on the offside. He cut them ferociously, cut them well. He also, and what was good about Graeme Smith and Jacques Kallis batting was both of them realized that they were the ones who are to really take them on to a big score, to get a good lead in the series, and be in a position of strength. And that's what Graeme Smith and Jacques Kallis did. They didn't give it away just because because they were frustrating. As I said, they were not short balls. They had to really wait for the short balls or the loose ball to really attack. But they were absolutely confidence personified. They stayed there. I thought that New Zealand fielding was not really good there. There were certain catches being dropped. But I thought the credit should go to Graeme Smith and Kallis for putting up this very important partnership of 200. Could play a crucial role tomorrow, when the outcome of the match is over, because I think this 200 runs partnership is very vital for South Africa. But Graeme Smith getting his 24th Test century, he still may hit some boundaries on the onside too. As I said, Graeme Smith has his own way of playing, even though it might not look good for the purists. But he had his own way of playing, and he made 115. He was also a victim of Doug Bracewell, as Doug Bracewell clean bowled him from 115 with 13 fours. Jacques Kallis, on the other hand, as you know what Jacques Kallis does, he's another person who really likes to stay at the wicket, really wear out the bowlers, and that's what he did. And he was absolutely standing there like a rock, and he was seeing to it that he's still there, and probably if Jacques Kallis is there, that's not good news for New Zealand, because he's also looking in good touch, and he's not on 107 with 15 fours. Rudolph has come in ahead of AB de Villiers, 13 with 2 boundaries. So that's the scorecard there. So 268 for 3. So they are leading by 233 runs. 2 more days to go in this match. But as I said, New Zealand will be batting last on this match. So today South Africa will try to increase that lead to probably 350 or 400. And then put the pressure right on New Zealand. And what an interesting battle this is going to be. Chris Martin 17 overs, so South Africa finishing at 268 for 3 at stumps on day 3 at the University Oval in Dunedin. Now just let's talk about the bowling figures. Chris Martin, let's looking at the bowling figures there. Chris Martin 17 overs 4 minutes none for 57. Trent Bolt 16 overs 3 minutes none for 50. He was unlucky that one of his catches was casually dropped by Martin Guptill in the slips, which was very unfortunate. Doug Bracewell 18 overs 2 minutes 3 for 53, the best bowler today, and he took all the wickets to fall. Tim Southee 17 overs 3 minutes none for 58. Daniel Vittori 19 overs 2 minutes none for 34. Rob Nicol 1 over for 9, and Kane Williamson bowled 1 over for 2 runs. So South Africa have a big batting lineup still to come. AB de Villiers, they have Mark Boucher, and also Dale Steen can bat a bit. Bon Morkel, Imran Tahir, Vernon Phil Andrews, and all rounder. So they have in my opinion, they have a very big batting card. So I think it's highly likely that South Africa is going to put 400 on the board. I mean, they're going to lead by 400 and put New Zealand really under pressure there, making them chase a big total. And on a wearing pitch, as I said, Imran Tahir is going to be quite a handful there, and it's not going to be easy. As I said, South Africa definitely now I would say having the edge there with two more days to go in this first test match between South Africa and New Zealand played at the University Oval in Dunedin. On this note, dear, and also for as far as New Zealand is concerned, their thing would be today in the morning. They have to strike it big. They have to get the big wicket of Jacques, but they still have AB de Villiers to contend with, who is still to come. And Jacques, who played well in the first innings, is well. I mean, he's there at the crease. So the main, it's going to be very, very difficult for New Zealand, but they have to probably pick up some quick wickets, lunchtime 3 to 4 wickets, and that is the only way that they can stop the South Africans from getting onto a score of probably reaching a score of 400. Well, on this note, dear fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings, your host Ram will sign off for the day. Thank you.